Hey, Mike Brooks here. I got a quick tutorial for you today on how to add the like button. You see that right down here. And this is something that you should drop what you are doing right now. If you don't have this technology, this brand new, previously just released stuff from Facebook, go get this and do this right now. It's really, really easy. And I'm going to show you two of the easiest way. I'm going to show you the easy way to do it on your website, and I'm going to show you an easy way to do it on your blog. Okay, and you're going to see this post I did with Mike Koenigs, and I've got a like button here right up at the top. If somebody clicks on this, they're going to like it, and all their friends are going to see it. That's very, very important. It's just a viral marketing, so everybody they know is going to actually see that they like this post. Here is, let's go back to the home section here so I can show you how to actually get to it. If you go to, this is developers.facebook.com, just click here, add Facebook to my site. Now you're going to see down here engagement, and depending on when you're looking at this, this could change, so you may have to kind of fumble through this, but they like changing things. But right now it's right in the middle of the page, and social plugins like the like button. So I'm just going to click that, and it's going to take me right to the like button page. And there's all sorts of different social plugins here that I encourage you to familiarize yourself with, because it's very, very powerful. But what we're going to do is go all the way down here, and they've got a tool for you to create your link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to find a link that on my, so let's say I don't have something in here. So I'm going to paste it in here, and you'll see it's the actual page of my post. Okay, and if you're doing it on a website, it'll be the actual URL of the web page, not just your home page, but it could be a subpage within your website. Making sense? Okay, so you got a couple of things here. I'm going to do a standard layout, which is what this looks like. If you change this, I believe it'll change there. So it changes the icon. So I'm going to make it the standard because I think that looks cool with the thumbs up. And then I'm going to leave the width here. Now, here's a cool thing that they did. If you're doing an informational thing, content, people tend to like that. They like videos, they like posts, they like, fun stuff. If it's a tutorial like this, you might be recommending this to your friends, so you would change it to recommend instead. It's the same thing. It's just a different way of explaining it to people. You can change your fonts here. You can change your color scheme. I like evil. Let's see what happens. It doesn't look like it changed much, but let's hit get the code. Now here's what you see once you hit get the code. You've got iframe and you've got XFBML. I am going to show you iframe. This is very complex. You can do this, and it is more robust. There's more features to this if you do it, but you have to be able to mess with your PHP files on your blog site or wherever you need to know what you're doing. So if you have a developer that can do it, send them this way. There's instructions on it. I'm not going to go into it here. It's out of the scope of this, but it's more flexible than iframes, as you see down here, but requires you to use the JavaScript SDK. So there's some stuff you got to do to set this up that's a little more technical. So this is just a matter of copying and pasting it. So we like that. So we're going to go over here back to our blog post now. You can't do this on WordPress.com. So if you have a yoursite.wordpress.com site, you're not going to be able to do this. That I know of right now. That may change. If it does, post a comment to the blog and let everybody know how to do it. But one of the downsides to having a non-hosted blog or having WordPress host your blog for you is that you can't do plugins, and you really need to be able to do that and you can't put code in there to just strip the code out. So that's the downside. But so you're going to find your HTML or source button, and all we're going to do is just paste it somewhere on our page in the source. But there's the iframe, and now let's preview the changes and see what happens. Now here's the thing with this. This is going to leave some space. Now you see I've got it twice because I've got a plugin. I'm going to show you this, but this is what we just put in here, this right here. See how there's space underneath here? There's nothing I can do about that right now. It is nature of the iframe, and I believe it leaves it like that because there's going to be pictures in here. But even if you take it with pictures out, it still leaves that big space. Maybe you'll have different luck at it. If you do figure out a way to use the iframe and not have this big gap here, do post a note on this blog so that people can understand how to do it. I'd be happy to share that with everybody. But that's the downside to this. But you know what? Hey, better than not having it at all. So if you want, you can put it on the bottom so it doesn't look so weird by your post. Now, the other way to do this, and this is a WordPress blog too, so this may look different on your website. So keep that in mind. We're in this example using a WordPress blog. If you are doing it on a hosted WordPress blog, I suggest using a plugin. And the plugin I like is I'll post the plugin on the blog here. It's called the Like plugin, and this is by this is the one I use. And the only thing is I can't find this on the searching on plugins. I had to FTP it over, so I downloaded it to my computer, and I simply used FileZilla to throw it into my plugins directory. Really pretty darn easy. Assuming that you've FTP'd that plugin, there are other plugins that are coming. You know, I use this one, so I like it. But if you want to find one, simply just go into plugins, hit add new, and then just do a search on Facebook Like. You'll come up with a bunch of them. But once you've got that plugin installed, if you're using the one that I'm using, you'll see it down here in settings. And there we are. There's our Like. So I'm going to click on this, and there's just a little setup you're going to do. I leave it as standard. It's going to, I think, default to bottom count, but I leave it as standard. The verb I'm going to display is like. Color scheme, I don't think it matters. Show faces, I leave that. Now what I do is you can unclick these, but you see I show it at the top of the post, at the bottom of the post, on the page, on the post. I'm showing it everywhere, anywhere I can possibly show it. But you can change that, play around with it. Now one of the things you have to do is you want to put in your Facebook admin page, and this is my ID for my Facebook page. And the simple way to find that is you go to your fan page. This is my fan page. Mike Brooks Internet Marketing List Building is on Facebook, and feel free to like my page. I'd love to have you in here. Now I'm going to move. Let's see if I can move this up here. You'll see it in the URL. Okay, here's the ID right here. So all I'm going to do is copy this ID. Very simple. You can also hover over your picture to find it, and you can't see that, but let me move the cursor down here. So you see down here, if I hover over this, the ID pops up, and it's saying at the end of that URL there, it says ID equals, or you can also hit, and that's S, if I'm in Firefox, so it's a little screwy, but if you were in Internet Explorer, you go down to this little properties button here. Hopefully you can see that, and it should have that. There it is, address URL. This is not showing me the right thing, but if I click on edit page, right click on edit page and show properties here, it does show my ID. So there's a bunch of different ways to find out your ID. If you may have to right click it and look at the properties if you have if you've gotten rid of that long ID. So in other words, I have another business that has so many fans, and you can actually get a custom URL, which I highly suggest. So instead of Facebook.com pages Mike Brooks Internet Marketing List Building number, it would be Facebook.com/Mike Brooks. So that's the way that works. So once you have that, let's go back to our setup here. So we enter our Facebook ID here, and this is the URL for the image that is on my page, so that it shows up. And this is going to, and here's the basically hitting properties here. It shows it in here. So here's the address. I just copied this address, and that's going to show my fan page icon. Now there are some statistics that you can do. I'm not going to get into that now. I just want you to go out and really get this on your page, get people, you know, interacting with you. I mean, this is such a powerful tool. I can't go on enough about it. So we'll put some more information out there. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. It was probably a little longer than I thought it would be, but go out and put the like button all over the place on all your web pages, and I'll talk to you again on the next tutorial. But do leave a post, you know, do leave your feedback on here if you're finding something, because people are, you know, this is relatively new. We don't know what changes are going to occur. So if you're listening to this in a year, you know, things might have changed a bit. You know, I mean, there's no more fan pages. So any tutorials that are out there on fan pages, you know, the verbiage, the lingo, and what you see on the site is going to be different. So as things change, please post to this blog and let people know of updates. So talk to you soon.